Bangladesh since 2009. The protests began against corruption on the awarding of key jobs across the country. Cronyism became an endemic problem. Many of the demonstrators were highly qualified people who had no access to improving themselves in the workplace. Now, the next step appears to be a military interim government, while the US and the UK are leading calls for democratic transition.
An appeal for calm from the street. The army chief in Bangladesh spoke to the nation in a televised address. General Zaman announced an interim government would be formed while confirming reports Sheikh Hasina had resigned.
The Honorable Prime Minister has resigned. Now we will form an interim government and continue our work to lead the country. Through the interim government, all the functioning of the country will take place.
Out on the streets of the capital, Dhaka, jubilant crowds waved flags and took pictures with army personnel. This after the Prime Minister's residence was stormed after crowds grew in numbers, overwhelming security. Demonstrators removed articles of furniture and danced in celebration. The latest development out of Bangladesh caps weeks of unrest. Student-led demonstrations kicked off last month over a controversial quota system on over half of government jobs reserved for certain groups, including descendants of freedom fighters. But that quickly spiraled into a campaign to oust the Prime Minister. A heavy-handed crackdown under Sheikh Hasina's watch resulted in nearly 300 people killed and the eventual downfall of the Prime Minister herself.
This is not just the end of the tyrant Sheikh Hasina. With this, we put an end to the mafia state that she has created.
Everyone is happy, everyone is fearful, everyone is celebrating.
On Monday, Sheikh Hasina boarded a helicopter for neighboring India. The 76-year-old fleeing Bangladesh a day after nearly 100 people were killed, the bloodiest day since the recent unrest began.
Let's get the first of our reactions to the situation in Bangladesh, and we welcome to the studio Muhammad Yunus. Muhammad Yunus is a Nobel Peace Prize winner of 2006. The man is referred to as the People's Banker because he invented microfinance. Thank you, sir, for joining us here. It's a pleasure to have you in, and I imagine there are plenty of things going on in your mind right now about what's happening in your home country. What's your take on the situation?
This is a day of great celebration for us. We had the independence from Pakistan on 16th of December 1971. We celebrated it. A big job, rejoicing for everybody that we are free, we're independent, and so on. So there was a Liberation Day. Today,